Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to make a very interesting and necessary video talking to you about 7 things an angel is never going to tell you and never going to say. I have made a video recently teaching about how you guys can access clairaudience. Some of you are already clairaudient, which means you can hear the voices of either angels, spirits, both, one or the other. Hopefully angels, because angels are really good. They're helpers of humanity. They help people help other people, which is really awesome and amazing. Now, if your clairaudience just got opened recently, or that your clairaudience is developing, it takes time, and sometimes it can phase in and out. So some days your clairaudience might be stronger, other days it might not be as strong. So some days you might be able to hear full words, another day you might be able to hear like a hot breath in your ear. If your ears hurt a lot and often, it's a good sign because it means it's opening. If it's not a medical condition, disclaimer, I don't teach anything physical, so this is all spirituality on my channel, which is wonderful and amazing. So, the first thing, and you better believe that these angels, actual angels, I'm not talking about a guardian, a guardian ancestor. So ancestors will protect and watch over you, but angels, it's their actual job to do that. So they're literally assigned to do just that. For those who are able to hear your guardian angel, because some of you can already hear voices, some of you can make certain sounds out, certain etc. So this is for the people who can actually already hear them or who are getting ready to hear them. So this video is really going to help you. Oh, I made a note. I made a note list to make sure I'm saying everything 100% in order to not confuse anyone. So the first thing an angel will never tell you is that you are God, or that you are a god. This is really important because when people who have intentions that are not good open their clairaudience, they can start hearing the voices of angels and spirits. And they actually, sometimes their vibration will take them into attracting fallen angels, which are basically very clever beings, because they can fool people, they can fool gullible people. And if your intentions are not straight, and you don't question some of the information being presented to you, you'll get fooled. Now, the first thing, people are like, they'll be in their bedroom meditating, and then they'll finally hear the voice of something, but they might have had a long day, they might have done something bad today, they might have had just, their vibration could have just been low. And now they're hearing something in the meditation, maybe a whisper in the ear, maybe a very loud booming voice in the head, because there is internal clairaudience in the head, but I'm mainly teaching about the ones out loud. And if it presents itself to you saying, oh, you? And some TikTokers who can hear angels will lead a whole bunch of people astray, because keep in mind, actual angels will never tell you this. They'll point you straight to God. They'll be like, okay, are you talking to God? Are you asking God things before you're asking me? Etc. So that's one thing you can fully expect with an angel. A real angel will never tell you that you're God. They'll never say it, because if anything, an angel will explain that God's in everything. Yes, God is the Most High. He is above everything else and everyone else. He sends the angels, but he's in absolutely everything. Every particle, every atom, etc. God's in everything. But you are not God, because people will go on TikTok, well, hello gods and goddesses, we are controllers and the masters. Okay, I'm going to stop that right there. No, it's not cool. Look what happened to some celebrities who called themselves God about a week or two after they called themselves God because they got cocky that they were a celebrity. The actual God just reminded them and be like, you want to play this game? And they get humbled very quickly. Let's just say that. And you'll get humbled very quickly if you follow this advice as well, because it's mainly a fallen angel will say that, not even a spirit. Sometimes aggressive spirits will say that, but it's mainly a fallen angel. Like a weak fallen angel will just be like, you know you're a god, right? Like, you're a god and you can work with these other gods. Like, just... And this leads me on to the second one, because they'll start leading you off path very quickly. The second thing is the angel. If an angel presents itself to you saying, yeah, I need offerings, like, you're going to have to present some kind of offerings, okay? Like, I'm gonna help you with this stuff. I'll get rid of your enemies, but you gotta... That's another thing, because I meant to stick to 7 main ones, but if an angel tells you it's going to get rid of your enemies, run. Run. Like, I remember a very long time ago when my vibration kind of felt low, like a very long time ago when it kind of shook, just it came off track because I was having a bad day that I didn't know how to manage at the time. And I heard a voice, like, from someone who gave me a hard time say, oh, we're, like, that's going to be dealt with. Like, that person's going to be taken care of. And I'm like, I don't need to know that, number one. Number two, that's not good. Like, that's for you to take care of that person, because I got Karen'd, okay? I got heavily Karen'd, and the fallen angel basically said, I'm going to take care of that one. Like, I'm like, okay, I know you're not an angel. Like, because if anything, an actual angel will be like, they'll get their karma. Like if they see their karma coming, they'll be like, okay, yeah, they're gonna get their karma, but it was just coming to them anyway because that's the kind of person they were, or they did something to you to have just karma put in their life because of that. Not, I'm gonna go after them. That's one thing that I've seen before, that's a fallen angel, and usually the fallen angel does go after them for energy. So the fallen angel will make something happen if that person's away from God, because they can't really touch as many people who are away from God as they can the people who are too close to God. Now, the second thing officially, is that they need an offering. So nothing with any of these fake angels or the fallen angels is free. So they're going to ask you for an offering. Like, you want me to keep talking to you? Pour a shot of whiskey. Like, leave some whiskey on the ground for me. And, well, that's one thing, too. Like, angels are not going to be aggressive. They will not be aggressive. I've seen that with certain fallen angels who try to communicate. They'll get, like, very nice and sweet. Like, leave an offering. Pour me some alcohol. That's usually, you better hope it's a spirit, because if it's an angel, it's a fallen angel. I've seen this before. Get the Henny. This is not a club, so yeah, I mean, beings of God will, an actual angel, the difference between that and an actual angel is the actual angel will be like, hey, if you want to share that, that's great. Like, if you want to, and sometimes some angels will like certain foods. Some of them might like alcohol, but not like that, okay? Sometimes if you pour a shot of like white rum or whatever and you put it in like an area for the angels, like some angels like that. Because alcohol literally translates to spirits, but angels are an angelic spirit, so although I would not start off by giving angels alcohol. Give them juice or coffee, specifically coffee, because most of you who try to give an angel alcohol, you'll actually attract something else. So don't give your angels alcohol unless 100,000% you know it's an angel and you know what kind of angel it is, etc. So, also angels like fruit. So before giving an angel alcohol, like I said, they don't need the fruit. They don't need it. It's just nice for them to have, and it's cool. Like, they'll just like, how was the fruit? Like, it was good. Like, angels' responses are very simple. It's like, yeah, it's good. Oh, thank you. That was great. Fantastic. Okay. Like, okay. They're not earthly, so they're not gonna have like what's it called? Pour it up, pour it up. I don't know that Rihanna song. Pour it up, Rihanna. I'm trying to quote songs. It's like, there's a song called Pour It Up, and I think it's about pouring it up. Nope. Angels are not going to have you doing that. So, what's the next one? This is a good one. Because these all go together, because fallen angels will have you doing things very quickly, and they'll all just kind of tie into each other of what I'm saying. So, I'm able to teach this because I've experienced this myself in being around people who have opened all their gifts. Because sometimes it'll happen all at once. Sometimes, and you better hope it's not all at once, because gifts that open all at once usually go away all at once too, like very fast. Sometimes those kind of gifts fade in and out. Sometimes they stay because it's just a build-up, but if a palm tree comes up overnight and a storm comes, it blows it over. An oak tree has firm roots and it's going to stay. So even with my clairaudience, on certain, that was not one of my natural gifts. That was not a natural gift. That's something I had to work for. So same thing with you guys, you might have to work for it too. Same thing for people who are not naturally muscular, then you're going to have to work for it in the gym. Yeah, spiritual law goes besides physical law. Everyone can exercise a specific gift, but it's about you working for the gift. If that's not something you've had from the past life coming into this life, then you're going to have to work for it. No surprise. People are like, I don't have it, so I can never have it. I'm like, okay, you can say that about muscle too, but okay. Like, not everyone's born Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? Next. This is number 3 out of 7. Number 3 is that anything that has to do with the angel being angry. If an angel tells you that it's angry, you don't have an angel. You have a fallen angel. I hope you guys know this. So I hope you guys are getting the trend. If the angel says, you make me angry, or someone tells me, oh, like, my angels are getting angry, my angels, they need a shot of Henny. Some people actually fall for this, because fallen angels are some of the biggest tricksters ever. Like, they're convincing. They're really good at what they do. They have all the time in the world, literally, because that's what they do. They're literally they have all the time. They are professionals at outsmarting humans. So I hope you guys are getting the trend. So when you guys hear your angel, because okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're hearing something that sounds like a fallen angel, immediately start praying and be like, God, please send Archangel Michael and every other angel to get rid of this thing, because I don't know how it got near me, and I don't accept this. And don't be afraid, because it'll get plucked. It'll fully get plucked. One thing too, if your angel causes you pain when you try to get help, or you try to go to work with certain crystals, no good, because I've seen a whole bunch of different things. Like, I remember fallen angels don't like their names being known. They really, really don't like their names being known, and you can force a fallen angel to give you their name, just so you can get rid of it as well, if it's a pesky one. Or if someone sent it to you, you can force it to give you the fallen angel's name, and then you can force it to give you whoever sent the angel's name, and you can choose what you'd like to do after that with certain practices as well, very old practices, Kabbalistic, very ancient practices that I can't even name on YouTube, because people are not supposed to have certain knowledge, because they'll just abuse it. But yeah, that's number 3. An angel will not be angry at you. That anger, I don't know if you know this, guys, anger is a low vibration. It's a very low vibration. An angel can get frustrated, be like, why doesn't this person listen? And then the angel will be like, just when an angel's supposed to get angry, or when they're fed up, they'll just stop talking, and you won't hear the angel. And that's most likely when other people start trying to push the angel for an answer, and then they're pushing for an answer through the veil, and something else answers, pretending to be that angel. Yeah, so angels, when they're frustrated or fed up, they'll be like, they're not going to be angry. They'll just be like, just kind of annoyed, which is not annoyed in the sense that they're frustrated annoyed, like angry annoyed, but annoyed to the sense where they're not going to keep talking. They'll just be like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Now, the next one is, angels don't get emotional either. Not like that. They'll get emotional happy, like, yay, happy. Like, they're angels. I don't know if you guys know this, but they're extremely simple. Like, they're sometimes so simple, I'm just like, ah! But they're not earthly. Like, anything that has to do with being earthly, they are not. Which is really good, right? Good. Because you're talking to an actual angel if you know it's that. Their messages will be love. Love and goodness and never judging you. Number 4 is a big one. An angel will never say that it's a seraphim. For some of the best mediums that I have ever come across, like Akashic mediums, which I've actually figured out some very interesting information about that. Keep in mind, when your mediumship opens, when your clairaudience opens, you have a whole bunch of people just waiting on the other side, a whole bunch of angels waiting on the other side, a whole bunch of fallen angels on the other side waiting to talk to you. Because you're one out of how many people on this earth who can hear them? So you have a line. Sometimes the line is controlled by God. Sometimes the line is just there regardless, because that's who the line is. And some people have hundreds in their line. Some people have tens in the line. Some people have like a few in the line. Depends what you let in versus don't let in. Depends where your vibration's at, etc. But yeah, once you light up on the other side, everything starts looking at you like, hey, he can hear me. Hey! And they're following you around. And this is why you use crystals when you open your clairaudience, because guess what? You're cleanly opening it. You're not just busting it open and you're hearing everything like demons and lower level spirits, etc. But yeah, if an angel, a supposed angel, says it's a seraphim, you have to figure out what's wrong with that. Seraphim sit at the firmament. They guard the firmament. What are they doing down here? Are you so important that a seraphim is going to leave its post, which God put it at that post for a very specific reason, so it left its post to come down here? You must be biblical, huh? You must be the next God, or the next... Do you see a trend here? Yeah, so they'll never pretend to be a seraphim. They'll never say that they're seraphim. Also, for those who can see angels, like you're in your bedroom at 3 or 4 in the morning and you see a biblically accurate angel, angels are not allowed to present themselves like that. They are flat out not allowed. There's a spiritual law for angels and the helpers of humanity. Like there's a code that basically says for these angels who want to be perceived by humans, they cannot present themselves as a biblically accurate angel. They just can't. Fallen angels will, because they don't care. That used to be that was who they used to be. They are living their former glory, so they're not gonna present no angel. If you see a biblically accurate angel, start praying immediately. Ask for Archangel Michael. Something in your vibration, something around you, something has attracted that to you, especially for the mediums who are opening up. So if you see a biblically accurate angel, that's not an angel. That's flat out not an angel. There's been 0 case scenarios where there's people who have been visited by a biblically accurate angel past biblical times, past the point in the Bible, like just regular, like, okay, let's just say you're a bus driver, and yeah, because some of you are bus drivers, and there are some gifted bus drivers. Your gift's open, and you're in your bedroom at 4 in the morning, and you wake up to a biblically accurate angel, and it's telling you that it's a seraphim, and that you're God, and that it needs offerings, and it'll take care of your enemies for you. Do you not see anything wrong with this? I hope you guys know, like, that's one thing too, an actual angel will not put on a show for you. It will not. It might do the spark thing where it flies around as a spark, which is pretty cool, but it won't be doing all that other crazy stuff. And they have to ask, they literally can't do anything without God's permission. So, for an angel to go behind God's back, fallen angel, there we go. And nothing goes behind God's back, because God sees everything. He lets things happen. Especially if you're a gifted person and you kind of send something off, but you run with it anyway, you're a part of the fallen angel's karma now. How scary is that? You're going to go where the fallen angel's going to end up. Talking about karma, number 5. This is a little bit longer of a video than I thought, but this is a really good video because we have some really gifted people. We have some really gifted people on this YouTube channel opening their gifts and messaging me. Some of you more slowly than others. Some of you a lot more quickly because you've already had this gift opening in a past life. And in this life, it's like flower, a lotus. Number 5, any kind of gossip. For people who think that they're going to talk to angels and become readers, that's not how it works. There's literally these angels, actual angels, have a code book, like a set of rules that they can and can't do things. One thing is to gossip, share all this other information about people, say a whole bunch of just like brew the pot and stir the tea. That's called interference. They don't interfere. Real angels do not interfere with the plans of humans. For an angel to just create a massive outcome on its own, just based on the juicy, spicy information that it got on a person, like, oh, this person, they pick their nose when they're in the kitchen and they cook for other people. And now you're like, oh, no, this person, like, doesn't wash their hands in the kitchen. Oh, this person talks to this person in the kitchen when they're at work about these people. You should join in and talk about it. Then now you have a big mess. That's a fallen angel usually doing that. They love doing that because people are just gullible. And fallen angels love gullible people. Oh, they love gullible people. Especially people convinced by ego and pride. Like, oh yeah, this is an actual angel. Yeah, it's talking to me about how to defeat my enemies. Really? Really? Did your ego take you that far? It'll take you straight down there. And it's not a good place to be. And if you don't believe that in this life, you'll find out in the afterlife. because there's many warnings. You'll get many warnings when working with a fallen angel. Another example is if you're working with an angel and it just flat out disappears after any of the symptoms I just said, God removed it because it was a fallen angel and you flat out didn't know, and there's no way you could have known, but you're a good person and you pray to him for help. Sometimes they might slip through because your vibration falls, or you might have done something for your vibration to slip or pick up an attachment, but God's going to remove it at the end of the day because God is God. Nothing goes past God. Whew. Number 6. If your angel, your guardian angel, tells you that it knows everything, and I've seen this so many different times. I've seen this from so many different mediums. Well, just listen to your angel, because the angel knows absolutely everything. The angel's made by God. The angel's perfect. This is actually a line that fallen angels use over and over and over and over and over again, because it just gets you to trust the fallen angel. No questions asked, right? That's what they don't want you asking questions. You ask a question, then they'll get angry. What was one of the things I said that an angel doesn't do? And it'll start causing you pain. That one's pretty simple. Number 7. And this one, you know, some of these should be really obvious, but some of you are so full of ego and pride that you look straight past this, especially some of the people on TikTok. Sorry for the change in tone, but I've had people make stitches on my TikTok videos. They're like, I worked with Archangel Michael, and he pointed me straight to infernals and demonic masters. I'm like, what's Archangel Michael doing in the background, in the picture? What's he doing to the devil? What's he doing to the... What's he doing? Does any of that make sense? You can piece together false logics, but it won't make a truth. It won't. Angels do not fit in the same bubble as demons. Do you see any demons in heaven? No. I don't know what people get. People will go out of their way to convince themselves and just make up truths. I mean, this one I shouldn't even have to explain. Angels do not fit in the same bubble as demons. If you're working with demons and you're working with angels, you're just working with angels that are calling themselves angels, but they're actually fallen angels. They used to be angels. And you're working with demons. So you're working with demons and you're working with, what's it called? Demons pretending to be angels. They used to be an angel. It's basically like a cop that got fired because it was doing bad things on the job, but it's still, that cop still has his badge, and for some reason he has his badge somehow, and he has his uniform, and he still has his car, but he's saying things that are against the law and doing things that are against the law. Something's off, for real. Like, I really don't understand what people don't get about that. I don't. Oil and water don't mix. You can shake them, but they're not gonna stay together. I mean, that rule number 7, I'm always in awe. And for the people who actually convince themselves that they're working with real angels when they're working with demons, they find out, but it takes them a long time. And sometimes it's too late. Like, that fallen angel will have enough energy to do a lot of stuff. Including because I've seen people work with what they thought was a angel, but it was doing everything that I taught in this video, and they got possessed. I've seen people get possessed, and a fallen angel will not possess you the way a spirit will, the way you see on TV or movies. They'll possess you passively and extremely slowly. So you'll be getting angry, and things will... fallen angel always, when it possesses someone, it knows how to act around people. So that person will have a friend group, a family, but that person will not act strange around the family or the friend group or anything else, maybe at, like, in class, etc., in their clubs, at school, etc. But when they go home and they get in private, they're just like, ah! And they're yelling and screaming, ah! Going nuts and haywire, but they come back out into society like, hello, how are you? So they get partially possessed. And partial possessions, it's pretty bad because it'll always hide. It's kind of like a parasite. But people who actually work close to God and ask for guidance won't have to face this. Drop the ego, drop the pride. Just know that when you work with an actual angel, they're not earthly. They don't get angry. They're very simple. They're not going to be gossiping. Like you should be able to differentiate intentions between beings. If this video scared some of you, it should kind of wake you up, because some of you who've had ego and pride your entire lifetimes will have that pride tested by, and there's literally demons of pride and demons of ego. You can look it up. I'm not going to say their names, but there's literally demons ahead of that, and those demons do test you for that too. They'll see the purity of your vessel. There are certain ways to just ask God for guidance, ask God for help, ask Him to keep just keep away fallen angels. Make sure you're keeping your vibration in check, because you'll attract what you are. I'm going to recap. The 7 things an angel will never tell you, and I told you a lot more than 7 in this video, but I'm going to recap the 7 that I wrote down. Number 1, that you are God, or that you are a god. Look what happened to certain celebrities who said that. I'd like to say which ones. I can't. I don't know the YouTube rules about saying which celebrities. Kanye. I'm sorry. Can I talk? Okay, I shouldn't have said anything, but I mean, these people need to be made an example of. Didn't say it. Number 2, anything telling you that it needs an offering. Pour it up, like pour that shot. No, don't. If it's forcing you to, if it's saying you need to pour this shot before you work with me. Bartender, no. I mean, the reason I'm just kind of like in awe at some of this is because people actually get convinced by these beings and get like people get fully convinced, and it's like, okay, angels tapping at my window. Anything that has to do with an angel being angry at all. And this is just common knowledge for me, so this might not be common knowledge for you. I know this is a longer video, but this is really important for the people who are actually opening their clairaudience correctly. Yeah. The next one, the angels are seraphim. No, it's not. It's a fallen angel. End of story. Number 5, that angel talking to you about any kind of tea or gossip. What happens when you start talking about gossip about people in real life? You become a part of their karma. Same thing with fallen angels. You become the fallen angels. You become their part of... You'll join them in their karma. When you go to the afterlife, you'll see them too, but you'll see them in a place that's not so fun. It's kind of hot, and there's a lot of screaming, but... HE double hockey sticks. Number 6. And these notes are really tiny. Like, they're like... I'm surprised I can read this. It's like reading TikTok. Tiny text. But, number 6, that angel knows everything. No, it doesn't. No one knows everything. God knows everything. But is a fallen angel going to be talking to you about God? No. Because it's a fallen angel. That's their past glory. Number 7, that you should work with demons. I've seen people get convinced by this, and they work with more than just demons. They work with deities and other demons, and they'll put names on demons. And they're like, oh, this is just like a level 10 infernal. It's like, this is not RuneScape, okay? Like, you're not doing a quest for a cape here, okay? And yes, I used to play RuneScape way back then when I was a kid, but if you have any questions, guys, ask them in the comment section. This is a longer video. It needs to be a longer video because if I'm going to teach you guys how to open your clairaudience, I'm going to teach you how to open it correctly. I'm responsible for some of you who have unlocked your gifts. So I'll be responsible in making sure that you stay close to God and stay close to light. And also what happens if you accept some of the, since you watch this full video and now you know these signs, but you decide otherwise, it's on you. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. It's a really fascinating video because full of juicy information. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.